Welcome everybody to What's New in 2023. My name is Morgan Rusnak. I'm the Community Engagement Manager here at Destination Door County. This Roundtable is a program that we posted over the past couple of years in conjunction with our community coordinators to give you all a preview about what's on deck this season, and we're really excited to reprise it this year to gear up for the months ahead. As you all may know, each community, there's a community business association that is really driving some of the marketing efforts for that area. So they're the ones planning the events, they're running festivals, they're putting together those really great posters and all of those individualized maps and visitor guides. Some of these organizations have full staff, some are all volunteers or board members, but they all work tirelessly to make sure that Door County is the place that we all love. So today we'll be hearing from our community coordinators to make it all possible, covering the county from north to south. There'll be time after each coordinator speaks for any questions, and both these slides and the recorded presentation will be available after the session has concluded. So with that, we'll kick it off from the northern end of the county. So from Door County North, I'd like to introduce you all to Mickey Raj.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. Door County North is the business association for the town of Liberty Grove. And so we represent the communities of Gills Rock, Ellison Bay, Rowleys Bay, and actually parts of Sister Bay and even parts of Bailey's Harbor. Next slide. Our mission statement: the purpose of our association is to foster and promote business, commerce, and tourism, to address the common needs and concerns of the membership, and to serve as an advocate for preserving the character of the Door County North area. Sorry, I should have changed it. I guess it's technically the 2023 board, my mistake. But we're very grateful and thankful to have Andrew Gantman with Going Garbage, Jewel Peterson Arundnick with Rowleys Bay Resort. Our treasurer, Kathy Ward, is very involved in the town of Liberty Grove. Our secretary, Kathy Guckenberg, some of you guys may recognize, she's the better half of Tim Guckenberg. And then our board members, we have an individual member, Cheryl Rhodes Culver, who's also a board member of the Liberty Grove Historical Society, Mike Holmes with Wickman House and Trixie's, Kurt Bodden with the Vault Door County, and Unique Perman with Island Orchard Cider. And the staff, we're very fortunate and grateful that we have staff returning again for our Welcome Center in Ellison Bay. Vicki Barlini is below me on the left, and then we have Rosalind Kraft and Denise Fuller, all very good information specialists at our Welcome Center. Our Welcome Center, you'll kind of know that some of us lovingly refer to it as the hut. It was often called the info booth, and it's right across from Blue Bear. What we have new this year is as a result of some of the things that we learned about at the Wisconsin Governor's Conference on Tourism, the importance of accessibility. So we will be having a ADA compliant porta potty as the restrooms at our Welcome Center. We offer free Wi-Fi, and some of the changes, if you haven't been up into our neck of the woods, is that the parking lot adjacent to the Welcome Center has tripled in size. And we like it because we get to also watch a lot of visitors take selfies across the way in the mural garden right across the way from our Welcome Center. What's new going on in Door County North as far as outdoor recreation? We talked last year about a disc golf course, and as far as we know, we think that will be installed sometime later this summer in 2023. Door County Kayak and e-bike rentals will be offering e-bike rentals, as well as potentially taking those e-bikes on tours over to Washington Island, and they'll be operating out of Death's Door Maritime Museum. And we'll have pontoon rentals also available out of Weborg Dock. Mariner Park continues with the work to be developed. There is parking, there are benches. The town is currently reviewing 3 proposals in order to continue the development of that park. We're very thankful the Newport State Park is our International Dark Sky Park. I'm very, very jealous. Again, I missed the Northern Lights because I'm out of town, but I'm sure we've all seen those wonderful pictures on Facebook. Our tennis courts, at one time, we were going to try to accommodate more pickleball, but we learned between the Sister Bay courts and Ellison Bay courts, there are a lot of people who still enjoy tennis and would like to see us keep our tennis courts marked the way they are. So there won't be any changes to that. And then we are very lucky again to have 2 major county parks. Door Bluff Headlands is now the largest county park. We have several smaller town parks that also have picnic areas, water access. I think what's important to share with visitors and expectations and oftentimes maybe even with residents, that we have no garbage cans in our parks. It's all carry in and carry out in the Door County North area. What we have coming up, one of our legacy events, starts off with the spring Ellison Bay Art Crawl. New this year, Sister Bay Athletic Club is doing a Turn Back Time, a backward fun trek, May 20th, Ellison Bluff County Park. I'm going to just focus on, for the benefit of time of the presentation, on the ones that you see highlighted in red because they're relatively new. This year, we will be doing, again, a week-long celebration for Pollinator Week, and that involves a scavenger hunt. There'll be music at some of our local businesses, and that will culminate on that Saturday, the 24th, with a celebration similar to like what we had last year, where we will have a plant sale and activities for people to build solitary bee houses and other things that help to promote our insects and pollinators. Another new one, kind of new up in our neck of the woods, the Death's Door Dance Festival kicks off at Wickman House with a pop-up performance. That's July 27th. And if we're moving into the fall, I'm sorry, you're good, thanks. Our typical events, I tried to indicate again if they were in Ellison Bay or Gills Rock. We've learned this year that the MS Challenge Walk for Door County will begin in Rallies Bay. That's September 22nd and 24th. And then many of the ones following that are our annual events. We will be, one of our members, Ingerson Gallery, beginning Memorial Day, will be having mostly bluegrass music every Saturday, starting at 12:30 p.m. We have an outdoor concert scheduled at Rallies Bay, July 26th. And then one of our members, will have the Birch Creek Jazz Ambassadors, August 5th. We have generally, up in Door County North, we generally have not had a music or concert series because we're so grateful, again, that there's so many places throughout the county that you can hear live music and the other concerts in the park. But we are trying to sort of test the waters a little bit with offering some live music. This is more information about our celebration of our National Pollinator Week. The theme through pollinator.org is Climate Change is in Our Hands, Little Things Matter. What you see on the right there, that large metal butterfly, we get one of those from Jerry's Flowers in Sister Bay. And we take that large butterfly and we hide it throughout areas in the town of Liberty Grove. We provide the clues on social media. Each day they get published. And then the people obtain those clues and enter those into a drawing, and they have the opportunity to win that butterfly and $100 in destination Door County gift certificates. just some photos from our last year pollinator celebration we had at the Liberty Grove Historical Society. As far as new businesses, we mentioned this with outdoor recreation, Northern Door Boat Rentals, which has the majority of their pontoon boats at the Yacht Club in Sister Bay, will be offering, just right now, they're going to start out with a couple of pontoon boats up the Weeborg Dock, e-bike rentals through Door County Kayaks and e-bikes. I just want to remind people that the Silent Sports launch for kayaks, the very popular one, is at the Garrett Bay Put-in. There is no real launch for kayaks in the Gills Rock area this time. The new shop in Gills Rock run by Shoreline Motel. And we're all very excited that the Shoreline Restaurant will be adding one night to being open to the public this year. Last year, Camilla's, which is a lovely retail shop that offers women's fashions and gifts and jewelry and a real mix of neat eclectic stuff. They got open after this presentation, so we really weren't sure what they were going to be offering. So we wanted to highlight them again this year. Henriksen Fisheries, which typically was, kind of right behind Island Orchard Cider on 42. They'll be moving to their new location at 42 and Old Stage, not Old State. Again, a typo I forgot to correct. Thank you. The Vault this year will be serving La Cucina Catering's pizza and adding some items like specialty jerky. And then if some of you guys have had a chance to visit Blue Bear in Ellison Bay, which is where the Viking used to be, this year they will be transitioning in the evening to Della Porta Trattoria Pizzeria. And so they'll be offering a very unique kind of Neapolitan style pizza up here. They will eventually be building out more of the real estate that is existing behind Blue Bear, the area that they're serving out of right now. And that will then become more of a home for Della Porta. And then we just wanted to point out some of our members that are celebrating 20 years. Savory Spoon, Bayview Resort is celebrating 50 years, and Northern Sky is celebrating 50 years this year.
Awesome. Mickey, thank you so much. Does anyone have any questions for Mickey? Awesome, outstanding. We will move a little bit south on the peninsula then and head to Sister Bay. From Sister Bay Advancement Association, I'd like to introduce Louise Housen and Ellie Soderberg-Cougar. Ladies.
All right, hello, welcome to Sister Bay. Hopefully everyone is getting excited for hopefully some warmer beach days ahead. So we'll go to the next slide. So kind of introduce you to our team here. So my name's Ellie Soderberg-Cougar. I am the marketing events director here in Sister Bay, taking care of kind of all the crazy events that we do here and our marketing, along with helping out with a lot of the administrative side. And my partner in crime here is Louise Housen, our community coordinator. And we would not be able to do kind of half of what we do without our great visitor center staff and support staff. We have Jackie Keykafer, who is our mastermind behind all of our kind of, gnome decorations. If you've ever seen our bushes on the side of our office, that is Jackie's handiwork. So we would be lost without her. She's been with us for several years, so we're very fortunate to have her, along with Marge Grutzmacher, who's been with us for, I think probably even over 15 years. Ron Kane, he's been with us for 18 years. Kathy Wagner for another 8 years. She's been with us for 8 years. So we're very fortunate to have a very solid team here with us that's very knowledgeable on, really anything Sister Bay. So you can find them in our Schoolhouse Visitor Center. but we'll go to the next slide. So our mission here at the Sister Bay Advancement and Association, is to support and promote the business community of Sister Bay by attracting tourism through a sustainable marketing plan and providing cultural activities and celebratory events that make our community a vital place to live, work, and play. We have an excellent group of board members. We have a longtime president, Drew Bickford. He's from On Deck. We're very lucky to have him and his expertise. Lisa Tesloff is our vice president. She's with NWTC, and our treasurer, Wendy Bidorf, kind of rounds out our exec board. She's with the Inn Little Sister. Our other board members, we have Tanya Crowell of Bayshore Outfitters, Abby Dubler of the Door Hotel, Nora Zajac of Open Hearth, Laura Wilker from Yacht Works. We also have then Emma Cox from Kind Goods and Corey Shanahan representing the Sister Bay Lions Club, rounding out our board. So you can find our great visitor center staff at our schoolhouse. It is an original 1866 log cabin. This is actually, it's not the original location of this log cabin. It has been moved, and this is the third location for this old schoolhouse. It's open 7 days a week, Memorial Day through Fall Fest. It sits at the top of the Sister Bay Hill. There is a public restroom there for anybody that is looking for a public restroom. We also have some located downtown right by our pavilion. And then too, we have our email address and phone number down there if you guys have any, need any help or questions. But if you haven't checked out that schoolhouse, it's a really cute spot. And if you have any Sister Bay questions, that's the spot to get them answered. We'll head to the next slide. We want to highlight also the Sister Bay Historical Society's Corner of the Past Historical Museum. It's open Monday to Friday, May through October. That's the site of our Saturday farm market.
Oh, that's weird. That's very weird.
And
thank you. Yeah, well, we got the problem.
That Saturday is June through October. You can take tours. There's 16 historical buildings on there, or on that site. There's a farmhouse. It's also the home of the Chris Kindle Market that takes place the weekend of Thanksgiving, and then the 2 following weekends in December. And then it's also the new home too of that 1919 Dutch Gramble style barn. I think it's one of 3 barns of that style. If you haven't been around there lately, there's some exciting stuff happening. They have the barn kind of raised and are getting ready to kind of get some work getting that down there permanently. Go to the next slide. So we have a great lineup of 2023 events this year. We won't go through all of them. I'll just kind of highlight a couple of them and our kind of new events. But just to kind of kick off our season, if you guys are, looking for some treasures, we got our village-wide rummage sale coming up on May 20th. Our visitor center actually will be open that day. So if anyone needs to grab a map for where all the sites are, you can feel free to stop by the visitor center at the top of the hill there, grab a map, and then kind of plot out your course to get some shopping done. And then we get into the roofing of the goats on the 10th. And then I just want to highlight then we're bringing back our brick party by the bay for anybody who's familiar, with events in Sister Bay. I believe the last one was in 2018 or 2019, but it's a really fun family-friendly Lego event that's going to be happening in our village hall. We're going to have some great kind of family-friendly activities happening outside of Village Hall as well. The Bear in a Bubbles is going to come with Miss Vicky, doing some balloon animals, and a couple other surprises will be happening on that day. So, which is going to be the July 22nd and 23rd. Kind of backing up a little bit, we had our first ever kite day in Sister Bay last year. We're bringing that back on July 1st as well at the Sister Bay Sports Complex. And then we're really excited just kind of for the rest of our events. We have some great bands booked that are going to be happening on Wednesdays this summer. So come and hang out with us here in the park at our pavilion. We'll head to the next slide. We have a couple of 2023, a couple of business updates here. So the first kind of first update we wanted to highlight, if you guys are familiar with Fat Belly Bowls, they are now they have changed their name to Fat Belly, and they have redone their menu. So they're going to be featuring their new menu is going to be sushi, ramen, and poke. So we're really excited to have that addition in Sister Bay. It's going to be really yummy. Now Peach Barn Farmhouse and Brewery is going to be actually expanding and having a restaurant on site, so that we're really excited about that. It's going to be pizza. They have started construction and are hoping to be open this summer for that restaurant. So keep your ears peeled. We'll they'll be announcing when their opening date is, and we'll probably be sharing along with them to. And then Wisconsin Building Supply, that is the new name for Lampert's Lumber here in Sister Bay. And then Beacon Marine has a new name as well, Boathouse of Door County. And something, here's another kind of maybe a fun update. It's probably not so fun right now, but anybody who shops at the Pig, we're getting a brand new parking lot up there at the Country Walk Shops. So that's actually got torn up yesterday and today. They're hoping that parking lot will be done before Memorial Day. The renderings look beautiful. It's going to have a very nice kind of accessibility, a better flow of traffic in there. So anybody shopping up here at the Pig, it's going to be a little torn up for a while. But keep an eye out for that new parking lot at the Country Walk Shops. We'll go to the next slide. We're really excited for a couple of new businesses here in Sister Bay. We have Cultured Sourdough Bakery. We're really excited to have them. Now we also have the new Door County Medical Center, a beautiful building. And if you haven't been inside, they did a great job. Over at Dovetail Campground, they're going to be opening a restaurant there, Dovetail Grill. Coco's Ice Cream. Now they are going to hopefully be opening this year. We had them on our list last year, but due to some supply chain issues, they were not able to open last season, but they are going to be able to open here shortly. And so keep an eye out for Coco's Ice Cream. It's actually going to be vegan ice cream. So that's going to be really kind of really fun to have them here. They'll be located right next to Zeke's Village Market. We have a new restaurant, Salago Restaurant and Tequila Bar. That's going to be in JJ's, where JJ's used to be located. So they are going to be opening shortly as well. So keep your eye out for some great new Mexican and a very wide selection of tequila over there. And then over at Time Restaurant, they have opened up the coffee bar. And so that is open in the mornings. So if you need, a little coffee or a little bakery fix, definitely check that out. And then we have our shuttle bus route as well too. So that is going to be running again this summer. It's going to be Thursday through Saturday. It runs about every 30 minutes, June through August. We have just a couple new spots, or I think just two new stops in it. That's added to the route. Stabor is going to be is a stop now, as well as the Peach Barn. So park that car, hop on the shuttle, beat trying to find parking, and a little bit better on the environment. So definitely check out that shuttle. Recommend it to visitors. It's a great asset here in our village. And then that's pretty much it for Sister Bay. We're really excited to jump into this season, and we're excited to have you and come check out and come hang out with us at our events. Does anyone have any questions about the happenings in Sister Bay? Well, great. Well, we'll see you all this summer.
Perfect. Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Louise. We'll head on south to Bailey's Harbor from the Bailey's Harbor Community Association. I'd like to introduce Cindy Floor.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Morgan. I am Cindy Floor. I'm the community coordinator / destination director for Bailey's Harbor. As you can see, that is one of our many lighthouses here in Door County. So come relax on the quiet side with us. Our mission statement: promote and advance the community's civic, cultural, economic, educational, and environmental activities. That is the building over on the ridges with the range lights. Next slide, please. So as you can see on the top left, that is me. I have been in this position about a year now, a little over a year. I also have 3 wonderful people who are pretty consistent in the summer with me at the visitor center. Anne-Marie Ott, who is also now on my board. Ron Holden and Mary Moran, they have been longtime residents in Bailey's Harbor. The bottom left picture is the Toft House, or the visitor center, that I work out of. And then we have a transition in Bailey's Harbor. We are transitioning basically our entire board this year. So our current president, Andy Gill, vice president, Jeff Lutzy, and our treasurer, Karen Stuth, will all be leaving me at the end of the season here. And we have now picked up Scott Bennett from the fish market, Kurt Kiefer, Wayne Skaggs, and Steve Makovic. And again, we have Sam, who is returning with us, and then again, Anne-Marie, who is filling in our secretary temporarily until we find a new one. So this is the 23 lineup for Bailey's Harbor. As you can see, we had 2 events so far. Our Easter egg hunt and then the Bailey's Harbor Brown Trout Tournament went very well. You go into May, into our Scotty Rally, and then our farmers markets are starting here in just a couple weeks. I do want to make a note that Blessing of the Fleet is now coming back to Bailey's Harbor. I think there was a couple years where we didn't have it, but that is returning this year on June 25th. Along with food trucks and floaties, we did get rained out last year, so I just want to make a note that we are going to do that on July 29th. And if it does happen to rain, we do have a backup date of August 5th, the following weekend. The next slide, please. Okay, so what's new in 2023 in Bailey's Harbor? So as most of you know, the Nelson building is tore down now. It is going to be a green space, so it's currently just gravel, and the town is working on getting some logistics and to figure out when to start seeding for grass and what the outcome is going to be. Max Welton Braves Golf Course has new owners, along with Max Welton Braves Lodge just got new owners a couple weeks ago. So there's, I believe it's Mark Murphy or Mike Murphy that bought the golf course. But I heard that he's not going to turn it private. It's going to stay public. So if you're having an itch to golf this season, come join us. We have the Bailey's Harbor Fish Market and Grill is new owners this year. Sarah and Scott Bennett, very nice couple. And then the Tipsy Cow Tap House is the Old Pen Pub. They are doing a soft opening on Friday, this Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. So come join us. However, I did get word that the Tipsy Cow Tap House has to change their name. So I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but they were going to inform me as soon as they knew. Chives has a new food truck, Morning Glory. They're partnering with Morning Glory to have a food truck. So you can see in front of Chives, they did their new rock wall, and they're making a space for that food truck. And then I also heard that's, I don't know if it's just rumors or if it's actually set in stone, that Clover and Zott sold in Bailey's Harbor, Bearded Heart sold, and Heirloom closed, I believe, end of last year, and now Sway Brewing is still going to be in the basement of that. So those are just 2 or 3 businesses that I know of that I didn't put on here because I wasn't sure if that's true or if they were just rumors. All right, some town projects that are happening in Bailey's Harbor. We have the Nelson property, which I just explained. It's going to be a green space for what I know. And then along with the Larson property is going to be turned into a parking lot, I guess. The Kendall Park project, as you can see, the top left picture and the bottom are equipment for the new playground. They are all the equipment is purchased now, so we have every piece that we need. The project is going to start just after the 4th of July. So right after the 4th, Kendall Park will be shut down and taped off, and then we'll get everyone in to start the groundwork of it. And hopefully by the end of fall, you'll see all that new equipment inside Kendall Park at the town hall. We have broadband coming for the fiber op that's coming into Bailey's Harbor. So you're going to see a lot of road work along the highway there. We have the Oaks, Kangaroo Lake Road, and Lakeland, or I forget the name of it. I apologize. But those three places are going to have fiber op by the end of the year. At least that's what I've been told. And then we're also in Bailey's Harbor doing a public transportation study, kind of similar to Sister Bay, where they have that shuttle bus going to and from Sister Bay. We're doing a study right now in Bailey's Harbor to have something similar. So that is in just the study / research right now, but hopefully by the end of summer we'll have some answers on going forward with public transportation. And then the visitor center is at, like I said, that Toft House historical building. We are open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 3. We'll be opening for sure Memorial Day weekend here, if not sooner. And otherwise, we'll go through the end of October. We do have our new brochures. They just delivered last week. So we do have our new ones. They're available in the Toft House front porch in that little box. Otherwise at Anclam, we also have another place for them. Otherwise stop in, come see me. That's pretty much it. Does anyone have any questions for Bailey's Harbor? Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Cindy. All right, we will scoot south to Ephraim from the Ephraim Business Council. I'd like to introduce Kelsey Stone and Lane Metner.
Great. Thank you so much, Morgan. Well, we're excited to tell everyone all about the fun things that are going on in Ephraim this season. As you can see, this is a view of Ephraim from Eagle Harbor. So you've got our beautiful white buildings and steeples. And we're just really excited to start this season and see what it brings. This is our team. So I'm Lane Metner. I'm the tourism administrator, and I work alongside Kelsey Stone, who's our marketing and events coordinator. And we have 3 amazing greeters who have been with us for 5 to 6 years, Holly Decker, Karen Erickson, and Leslie Montag. And so we all work together to just ensure that everyone finds out everything they need to know about Ephraim, and just make sure our visitors have what they need when they come into the visitor center. And our overall mission for the Ephraim Business Council is that we work to sustain a healthy business climate and strengthen, support, and market Ephraim as a year-round visitor destination. We have an amazing supportive business council board who consists of Sarah Martin, who is our president, and she's from Wilson's Restaurant and Ice Cream Parlor. Our vice president is Brad Russell from Arbor Cottage. And then we have 3 additional board members, Missy LaBelle from High Point Inn, Carly Mulligan from Lodgings at Pioneer Lane, and Cody Schreck from the Ephraim Historical Foundation. So they're really integral in helping our organization out, and we really appreciate them. This is our beautiful visitor information center. The back porch of it is what you're seeing here. So it's right across from the old post office restaurant on Highway 42. There is street parking available at the lot across the street and right on Highway 42. We do have this beautiful back porch that has some rocking chairs, and you can just go out there, view the sunset, and it's just a great place to go and take in Ephraim. We have Wi-Fi available as well as any brochures you could possibly need, and historic downtown Ephraim walking maps. We're open May 5th through October, and we do also have brochures available for Ephraim outside 24/7, right in a little box outside the door. And then we do have some wonderful nature and outdoors in Ephraim. What you're seeing here is the Cherry Street Steps viewing platform. Kelsey, who does our social media, she takes a lot of pictures from up here, and they're always some of our most popular posts. So we encourage everyone to check out the view from up there. Then we also have the Wetlands Preserve in Ephraim, the Ephraim Preserve at Anderson Pond, Ephraim Beach. We have the Anderson House Dock Marina and the Firehouse Dock Marina, as well as some great parks, Harborside Park, Olson Park, and then Olga Dana Green. So some great places just to go and relax and enjoy all that Ephraim has to offer. And then I'll pass it on to my coworker, Kelsey.
Alrighty, so chatting events here in Ephraim, we don't have a super long list of events, but our events are really great and they're really intensive and they're kind of all day events. So Fear Ball here, number one, this is our 57th annual Fear Ball Festival. It is happening this year on Saturday, June 17th. We are just finalizing our timeline right now, and we'll get that out and rolling fairly soon here. But it is going to be a day just packed with activities, family-friendly activities. We have a bunch of crafts and live music and all sorts of really, really fun events. And that goes basically from 9 in the morning until about 10 at night. So that is an all-day event here in Ephraim. Our Evenings in Ephraim concert series happens in Harborside Park, which is the park right next to Wilson's. And that is Mondays, that is June 19th until August 28th, from 6 to 8 p.m. And we do have a rain location in the Ephraim Village Hall. Last year, luckily, we only had to do one concert moved into the Village Hall. So we're hoping for similar weather this year, but we are lucky to have that backup location if necessary. And if the weather does start looking a little questionable, we do make that decision and announce it on our social media pages. So make sure you're checking out our Facebook or our Instagram on the day of our concerts in case we do have to move that location. New this year, we are very, very excited for our addition to Evenings in Ephraim, which is Bonde Market. Bonde Market is the Norwegian word for farmers market. And here in Ephraim, we really like to celebrate our Scandinavian heritage, which is why we did like to create that new name. And also because it's not a full traditional farmers market. It is more of a mix between a farmers market and a craft fair. That's going to be happening at the Red Putter. They have 2 empty grass lots that are right next to the Red Putter there. And they are kind enough to let us host this wonderful event. So that'll be Mondays, the same Mondays as our concert series. That is June 19th through August 28th. We will not be having the market on the week of July 3rd because a lot of our vendors do have other events that week. So we will not have a July 3rd, but every other Monday. And that is from 4 to 7 p.m. So we are really excited to have people celebrate a full evening in Ephraim on Mondays this summer with lots to do. You can come to the market. We'll have both hot food available with a food truck and a few food cart items as well. And then we'll have fresh produce and then tons of baked goods and canned goods, and then a lot of artisan products such as candles and birdhouses and body products and home goods and all sorts of great things here at our market. So we're very excited about that this year. And then lastly, we have Christmas in the Village, which is on Saturday, December 2nd. It's a short event. It's just 3 to 5 p.m. In and around our village hall. Santa arrives by fire truck, and then we do a ton of crafts inside, and the kids can meet with Santa, and we have cookie decorating stations, and then we head over to Harborside Park for our tree lighting. So we have a few business updates this year. Just as Sister Bay mentioned, Cultured, which is sourdough bakery, they're opening up. They're on the corner of Q and 57. So they are technically in Liberty Grove, so right across the border here in Ephraim. But we're so excited to have them, and they're hoping to open up mid to end of May. Then we have Midsommar, which is an apothecary and luminarium. They are opening up in the former Rock and Gem shop, which is next to Summer Kitchen on the north end of Ephraim. She makes all of her, or most of her body products herself, and then she has lots of teas and tinctures and really interesting products. So they'll get open up here in the next few weeks as well. And it's just a really, really cool space that we're excited about. And then we have SIP, which did open up just after this presentation last year. They opened up in June of 2022. If you haven't been there, they are just a absolutely wonderful addition to Ephraim. They are on the north end of Ephraim, right across from the Waterbury, and they are just a wonderful coffee shop. But then they also turn a wine bar in the evenings, and then just great food and a great atmosphere as well. Just a few member updates. We have Door County Rock and Gem. They opened up a new location, which is just adjacent to their old location. It's a huge new building that they created for a wonderful gallery and shop space. And then they have an outdoor location where you can actually mine for your own rocks, which is really, really cool. Then we have 2 notable anniversaries. We have 106.9 The Lodge is celebrating their 15-year anniversary. That's actually today. And then the Peninsula State Park Golf Course is celebrating their 100-year anniversary this summer. We have a couple individual updates ourselves, and that is we have a new website that is hoping to launch in June of this year. It's been a very long time coming, but we are almost finished with that. So we just have a few more weeks left of finalizing our design and getting all of our information together, and we will have a brand new website launching this summer. And then, as we already mentioned, we have our new event, which is our Evenings in Ephraim Bone Day Market.
Perfect. Thank you, Kelsey. Thank you, Lane. Does anyone have any questions for Lane or Kelsey about Ephraim's ongoing this summer? Outstanding. We will move to Fish Creek. From Visit Fish Creek, I'd like to introduce Meredith Colson-Cantor.
Thanks, Morgan. I am Meredith Colson. I'm on the Visit Fish Creek board. And as many of you know, Carly, who had been with us for a couple years, took a job in Green Bay in the fall. So we were without a coordinator for most of the winter. So I helped put this presentation together as part of the board. But since then, we've actually hired a new membership and office manager. We're going to split our coordinator position into 2 positions this year. So Sarah Lancaster was hired as our first position, and she's taken over a lot of the administrative work. But I'll get us started and tell you what's new in Fish Creek. So our mission statement at Visit Fish Creek is to attract tourism, promote the destination, and support a healthy business community by implementing a sustainable marketing plan. So our board of directors is Denise Stillman. She's our president from Parkwood Lodge. I'm the vice president. Kathy Hoke, who was the executive director at the art school for many, many years, left her position this year and has started her own consulting business called Kathy Hoke & Co. Karen Scarry is our secretary from Hill Street. Judy Cordy from Edgewood Cottages, Sandy Solomon from Julie's Park Cafe, Motel, and Countryside Cottages, and Joni Witalison from A Cut Above. Some of you may know that Joni had a big health scare this winter and ended up down at Freighter for several months. So Bob Spielman was our alternate board member, and he stepped in for most of the winter, but Joni's doing well and was at our last meeting. So we're thrilled to have her back. Like I said, we've had Sarah with us now for about 2 months as our membership and office manager. She is amazing. We're so thrilled to have her. When Carly left, we started working with Mel Ripp at Peapod as sort of a third party or outsourcing our marketing, and it's been a dream come true. So we're having a great time working with Mel, and she's done a really nice job of defining our brand on social media and getting posts out representing our members really well and really fairly. So we're thrilled with Mel. And then in our visitor center, we have Trissa and Karen. They both tilt slightly to the right, apparently. Those are the pictures they both submitted, and they happen to both be tilted. Trissa's been with us so long that Bob and Kathy, who have been on our board for over 15 years, can't remember how much longer Trissa's been here than they were here. So Trissa's been with us forever, and Karen is starting her 3rd season with us. We also have Holly Summerhalder, who was the librarian in Fish Creek since I was a child. She retired last year, and she now works 1 day a week for us at the visitor center. And we just got word that she'll be back again this summer for 1 day a week. Our visitor center is in the town center building, which is where the post office and library are located. We are open year round. In the off season, we are open Friday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And starting in May and through the end of October, we're open every day, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We also have our little 24/7 kiosk out in front of the town center that has our map and our brochure and all of our members listed there. We have our parking lot. It's a relatively new parking lot. It opened the year of COVID, so it didn't really get a lot of traction the first year. 120 car and boat trailer RV parking lot located back behind Hat Head and kind of behind the visitor center. And that's also where our EV charging station is behind our town center building. Next, please. All right, our 2023 events. Our season in Fish Creek really kicks off with Half Marathon Weekend. It's not our event as Visit Fish Creek, but it's our first major weekend. A lot of our businesses open up that weekend. So we're excited for that coming up in just over a week. Our Fish Creek Farmers Market is located up at the settlement shops. That starts with their annual plant sale on Memorial Day weekend on Saturday. And then it's Wednesdays from 9:30 to 1:30 through the whole season. We have our concerts in the park at Noble Square starting in June. We're not doing one on the 4th of July. And our rain location for those is our old town hall as well, like Ephraim. Northern Sky Theater and Peninsula Players start their shows up in June. On 4th of July, we have the Hairpin Run in the morning. Next in July, the Plein Air Festival with the Peninsula School of Art. And then Inside Outside Days, we're going to revamp that event a little bit this year, try to make it more than just a sidewalk sale. That's the weekend of the 22nd to 24th of September. And then one of our two big signature events in Fish Creek is Jack-o'-lantern Days on October 28th. It's always the last weekend in October. It's really grown in the last couple of years. It was a pet project of Bonnie Smith, who was one of our board members who passed away a couple of years ago. She loved Halloween. So this was an event that she created, and we're carrying it on in her legacy with the Bonnie Smith Memorial Costume Parade and the kids' games down at Clark Park. We're going to partner with the fire station to try to coordinate with their open house that happens that same weekend. So there's fire truck tours and fire station tours. And then the last 2 years, we've done the Haunted Trail, and that just continues to grow exponentially each year. Rachel and Dan Stolenwork are really the minds behind that. And we work with the Gibraltar Booster Club. They get most of the money from that event. So that's been a lot of fun the last couple of years. We do our tree lighting in first weekend in December. And then Winterfest, of course, is our longest running and biggest event of the year, always the first weekend in February. This year, we generated over $16,000 for our local nonprofits who do all the booths, the game booths and the food and the all things chocolate, all those events that are down at Winterfest are our local nonprofits. So that's it for our events. We do have an events committee that is really strong and a lot of fun, and they coordinate the Jack-o'-lantern Days and the Winterfest along with our VFC staff. New things in Fish Creek this year, Evergreen Miniature Golf is next up on 42 next to the Fish Creek BP. It's a fully accessible 18-hole golf course. They're going to have a grand opening event on Saturday, May 27th at noon, so you can check that out. Castle Art and Imports opened a second location at the Top of the Hill shops. That's going to be their retail location, and then she's going to focus on her henna tattoos and braids and dreads down on Cedar Court. Kathy Hoke, as I mentioned, started her own business and creative leadership coaching services. Fish Creek Lodge, which is where the old Gibraltar Grill building was located, is a rental that's going to open this year. It was supposed to open last year, but due to supply chain issues and some other issues that they got behind schedule. So that's opening this year. Fish Creek BP has new owners. Sharon and Mike Jacobson retired after many years. Hill Street actually opened in September of last year, but when we did this presentation, they were not open. yet, and that's a full bar and restaurant right in downtown Fish Creek. They're open year round, so that's great. The picture on the bottom right here is a picture of the inside at Hill Street. And then TR Pottery, which used to be located next to the cookery, has moved out to a location near their studio off of County Double E. Closed businesses this year, Scallywags Restaurant has closed, and that was in the old cookery building, and that space is available for sale or lease. So there definitely could be something new coming to that space. Gusto Restaurant opened just for a short time last year under the new ownership at the Whistling Swan. That's closed, but there's something new in the works there. There's a lot of construction and buzz, but no official word yet on what's going in there. Cottage Row Gallery and Take a Peek at Top of the Hill Shops. Both those owners have retired, and we just got word that there's a new retail shop moving into Top of the Hill in that space called Cedar and Sand, but I do not know anything about it yet. So there's lots of new potential things coming that are still in the works that we can't really announce yet because we don't know all the details. I know that up at the Cherry Hut, Bridge Up Brewing is going to have a food truck this year. I'm not sure they've announced what type of food truck that's going to be, but they just got approved to have food truck up at that location. So that'll be a fun hangout. They added a big outdoor area with fire pits and games, and so that should be fun to see. All right, thanks, Morgan. So our projects and other projects happening in Fish Creek. Like I said, we hired Sarah, and we're now going to be hiring our second position, which we're calling, I think we're actually changing it to a community and events coordinator. Haven't exactly settled on the name. That person will be more in charge of the boots on the ground person who will help coordinate all the events and get our posters out, all those things that take someone being in the office and about town and being the face that our members and our visitors associate with Visit Fish Creek. We are testing out a trifold brochure with QR codes and a map this year to replace our full printed brochure. Our reason being partially because we didn't have a person at the time that the brochure needed to be put together, but also we had so many updates throughout the season last year with people having to modify their hours and their days that they were open based on staffing and things like that, that our brochure was almost obsolete as soon as it was printed. So we're hoping to do something that can be continually updated in real time, and we can have more of a rolling membership so that people can join at any point throughout the season and get their up-to-date information up on the website. The town of Gibraltar has a lot of stuff going on. The highway was redone a couple of years ago, and now they're going to work on all the other roads in town, starting with Hill Street and Bluff Road, which is back behind the Noble Square. And then eventually the old downtown, from on deck toward the White Gull, and then from there down to the water. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be upgraded with stormwater management, sidewalks and everything, but we're working a lot with Gibraltar Historic and the town to try to make sure we retain the historic feel of the village, especially that part of the town, which has a lot of the big historic buildings, and just make sure we don't lose all our trees and lose the classic feel of Fish Creek. We're finally getting a playground at the Fish Creek Beach. That's, I believe, here and ready to be installed as soon as the weather cooperates. The town purchased the Kinsey House, which is a big historic house right in downtown Fish Creek 2 years ago. And that has a large chunk of waterfront property associated with it. And they're still working on the plan for what's going to happen with that historic home and the waterfront associated with it. Our secret hope is that Gibraltar Historic and Visit Fish Creek can turn that into our visitor center and have a much more visitor friendly space for people to come in and get information both about the history of Fish Creek and what they can do while they're visiting. But that's just a dream at this point. The Planning Commission is actively taking on the possibility of a town shuttle. We had done the preliminary route map study and cost projections with Sophie Parr back in 2021. So they're going to pick up there and try to work with the town to see if a town shuttle would be feasible for us. And just this week, just last night actually, a piece of property was rezoned, or a recommendation was made to rezone a piece of property that might be developed into some sort of workforce housing off of County F. So that's an exciting thing we're all keeping our eye on as well. All right, any questions? Thanks.
Perfect. We will keep on moving to Egg Harbor. I'm actually going to present on Egg Harbor on behalf of the Egg Harbor Business Association. So Egg Harbor mission to inspire travel and tourism that drives community enhancement and economic development, resulting in the long-term success of Egg Harbor. Foster community through expanding partnerships, share history and art, deliver world-class experiences, strengthen industry, and preserve Door County's way of nightlife and all its natural places. Alyssa Rasmussen is the community coordinator in Egg Harbor. She does a fantastic job of running the ship over there. She's unfortunately not able to join us today. She's got some seasonal welcome center staff, Brianna Jordan, Mary Ann Sipple, and Lynn Huber, and the Egg Harbor Business Association board is below as well. A super engaged group of individuals. They do a fantastic job planning for Egg Harbor. The Egg Harbor Welcome Center is located at 7860 Highway 42 within the Berkshire Center, so the same building as the village office, the post office, and the Egg Harbor Welcome Center. So open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5, and Sunday, 10 to 3, May through October. Their contact information is there as well, and you can always pick up the phone and give them a call. 2023 events in Egg Harbor actually kicked off last weekend with Every Day is Earth Day at the Crest Pavilion. A whole bunch of organizations got together and kind of showed off their environmentally lensed stuff. It was a fun day. There was Open Door Bird Sanctuary came. There was a lot of great programming and there was a lot of good energy in the air. Couple weeks from now, the community cleanup in May also kind of goes along with Egg Harbor's No Mow May, which is a pretty cool way to, support the pollinators and not mow your lawn too early to make sure that the birds and all the little critters have enough to eat. New this year, the farmers market is moving from Harborview Park to Hatch Distilling. So moving down the street a little bit, making it a little bit more walkable, new location, and Egg Harbor's going to try it out and see how it goes. So we're excited to see that flourish in a new location as well. Concerts in the Park will return as well as the Egan Sunset Concert Series. Of course, the Independence Day celebration in Egg Harbor will take place on the 3rd and 4th of July. Sidewalk sales returns, pumpkin patch returns, and all of our other favorite fall events are there as well. New in 2023 in Egg Harbor, we have Alpine Properties, which is a new member to Egg Harbor. They are a short-term rental / cottages. We've got Burton's on the Green at Alpine Golf Course, so another full-service restaurant part of the Alpine property. Cupola Collective, they opened up in the old Cupola House late last summer, and there's a couple different businesses in there. We've got some skincare, we've got food, we've got photos, we've got art, we have kids. We have it's more of like a co-op, and it's very, very cool. They did a fantastic job renovating that space and bringing it to a new life. Egg Harbor Boat Rental will be operating, and we are also having Nan and Jerry's Outdoor join us, and Door County Time Boutique. And then at the end of last year, Anchored Roots Winery also opened as well. So another winery to add to the wine trail, another really great venue in Door County to enjoy a glass of wine. Village projects, as with Egg Harbor, they are always discussing parking. So there's some potential parking improvements going on at Egg Harbor Beach. They are focusing on improvements to the wastewater lift station as well. Highway 42, the downtown corridor, there's going to be some road construction, but that's going to be post pumpkin patch, so that shouldn't affect the summer season or even the fall season. And as some of the other coordinators mentioned, the broadband fiber, we're working on that countywide, so Egg Harbor is no different. That is still a big project that we are working on, and we hope to get all of our residents, all of our businesses connected soon. We're also going with the non-motorized trail system. There's a couple different ideas floating out there, but we are working with some groups to make Egg Harbor a little bit more connected to everyone else. Public parking in Egg Harbor, there's a couple different public lots just to remind everybody of. There's always on-street parking in Egg Harbor. There's the Village View lot, which is located on Church Street over by the dog park. It's just a short walk to town, right by Main Street, or between Main Street Market and One Barrel. There's also the Bertinger parking lot located by the Welcome Center. That's across the street from Nicolay Bank and Casey's. That is at public parking. And then there's new street parking available on Church Street once that project is completed. So there's a whole bunch of road construction on Church Street. It's completely redone, and it includes more parking and more bike lanes. So if you are own a business, or if you're working at a business in Egg Harbor, or if you're just visiting, please use public parking. You know, respect to lots of our private businesses. There are those spaces are available for everybody, and we have plenty of them. And it's, you know, Egg Harbor is beautiful, it's walkable. So we just encourage everyone to use those public lots. And that's all I have for Egg Harbor. I'm going to pass it along to Cheryl Brady from Jacksonport Business Association. Cheryl, you are up.
Good afternoon. What's new in Jacksonport is that we are in the slideshow this year. I'm not sure we have in the past. This is a great picture of the beach located at Lakeside Park. The park has a playground, great restrooms, pavilion, and lots of green space. The park is the main location for many of our events that Jacksonport has. And the word that comes to mind looking at this picture is serenity. Next slide. Jacksonport is one of the smallest townships in Door County and is different in many ways. The small visitor center is located in the Square Rigger Lodge on Lake Michigan next to the Little Bit of Coffee Shop. Jacksonport Business Association is the driving force in promoting Jacksonport. Their mission is to promote and support the Jacksonport community and local area businesses through hosting local events, participating in community activities, and funding marketing campaigns that directly support the local businesses. Jacksonport has many events throughout the year, starting in the cold January with the polar plunge into the ice water of Lake Michigan, and ending in December with the lighting of the tree. And also in between, we have many warm weather and outdoor activities. As you can see, most of these events have been held for many, many years and have actually quite a bit of history along with them. Lake Michigan, the Lakeside Park, the beach, Cave Point, which is pictured here, and Whitefish Dunes are the beautiful points of interest that can be seen and enjoyed, whether on foot, canoe, bike, or walk. Next slide. Although Jacksonport is known as more of the scenic side, Jacksonport still has plenty to do and see. We have a famous farmers market that runs mid-May through mid-October, and it runs every Tuesday from 9 to 1. And that's really nice for all the locals and the visitors to have one on a Tuesday, which is kind of an odd day of the week where there isn't one. Mayfest kicks off the summer in Jacksonport over the Memorial Weekend, and this year it's the 50th annual. These 2 days include a parade, arts and crafts, music, horse pull, run, walk, race, food, and much more. For full information, you can go to the jacksonport.net website. Jacksonport may not change much, but it's always a place to come and relax and enjoy activities such as the wonderful sand beach on Lake Michigan, kayaking the caves, and walking Whitefish Dunes. Lakeside Park with a playground that always has space for families, cozy restaurants, quaint places to stay, and local shops. Being on the scenic side also has its perks. So if you want some room to roam, Jacksonport definitely is a place to visit. And on a side note, it is cooler in the summer. What's new in Jacksonport is that it's about the only town that holds on to the mindset of slowing down and enjoying the moment. It's rich in history, and many of the family have generations are still residing there. Everyone is always welcome year-round in Jacksonport, and I almost consider it as the best small town in America. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Cheryl. Any questions for Cheryl? All right, we'll keep on heading south to Sturgeon Bay. From Destination Sturgeon Bay, I'll introduce Cameron Ayler-Koterski.
Thanks, Morgan. Welcome everyone to Sturgeon Bay. This is one of our iconic, most photographed places in Sturgeon Bay along the Michigan Street Bridge, looking at the John Purvis tug with our Maple, Oregon Street Bridge in the backdrop. So I'd like to introduce you to our team that we have here that work at DSB. Like I mentioned, my name is Cameron Ayler-Koterski and I'm the executive director here. We have Rachel Malcor, who is our marketing coordinator, and this small but mighty team wears a lot of different hats. And a few of the tasks on Rachel's plate include our social media manager and website manager as well. She's a Canva master that also assists with our activity guide production and our Valiant Street Art coordinator. Then we have Andrea Buboltz, who is our events director. Andrea is our farmers market manager here at Destination Sturgeon Bay and also manages the other 10 events that we host throughout the year. She's a whiz at submitting street closure applications, a great barricade mover, and she's our vendor coordinator extraordinaire. And then we have Rosella Trotter, who will be celebrating her 7th year anniversary this year with Destination Sturgeon Bay. She is our office manager and the first face that you meet here at the Welcome Center. She's our flower pot coordinator and helps coordinate the activities of our 248 members that we have in our organization. And then we also have exciting news that we've hired a new seasonal guest services staff member. Her name is Linda Halfman. And she'll be working Fridays, Saturdays, and Mondays this season and starts with us at the beginning of next month. So our mission at Destination Sturgeon Bay really revolves around 3 pillars: our visitors, our community, and our business members. And our mission statement here is dedicated to ensuring a first-class visitor experience, helping local businesses grow, and enhancing Sturgeon Bay's quality of life. And our organization serves and promotes all the areas in Door County with a 54235 zip code. So this is a photo of our Welcome Center located at 36 South 3rd Avenue. It's a great location, and with the move of the farmers market last season, the farmers market is actually right outside our Welcome Center as well. We do have seasonal hours and are open in the summer, Mondays through Fridays from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. And then on Saturdays, we're also open from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. Here at the Welcome Center, we do have public restrooms. So if you're at the market, you can pop in and say hello, but we also do have restrooms as well. There also are restrooms at the marketplace, as well as some of our local parks, Martin Park, Sawyer Park, Ottumba, and Sunset. And Stone Harbor also does have public restrooms. For parking, we do have on-site free parking throughout this season. There is a large parking lot back behind our office in the Market Square public parking lot. And we also do have overnight parking on the street. So our campaign, again this summer, is to promote walkable Sturgeon Bay. And this campaign encourages a healthy lifestyle, offering visitors a unique experience and bringing more exposure to our beautiful public waterfront. The program directs both residents and guests to utilize our east and west waterfront shopping and dining districts. With our wayfinding signage all in place, our big push this summer will again be to encourage visitors to park their car and enjoy our destination on foot. One of our favorite trinkets that we love to pass out to both visitors as well as locals that stop in are our walkable Sturgeon Bay maps that can fold up in your pocket. And we love to encourage people to do our bridge walk, which is a 1.2-mile loop utilizing both the Michigan Street and Maple Oregon Street bridges. It's a lot of fun and one of our favorite things, again, to encourage folks to do. So new and improved for 2023. We're really excited. Just a couple of weeks ago, the playground project at Ottumba Park officially broke ground, and we celebrated the beginning of construction for new high quality recreation equipment. All of this was made possible through donations and grants that totaled just over $500,000. The previous playground equipment was decades old and not well suited for abilities of all ages. So the new playground equipment is going to include different distinct areas of equipment for 6 to 20-month-year-olds, 2 to 5-year-olds, and 6 to 12-year-olds. So please stay tuned, as we're going to have an announcement once the project is fully completed later this summer. We're also really excited because one of our new parks, Graham Park, had its official ribbon cutting last summer, but we're excited for this upcoming season to begin some programming in Graham Park and utilizing that space even more. And then our friends at the Door County Maritime Museum, who hosted our annual meeting last night, thanks again, Sam, are celebrating that last month. All 10 floors of and exhibits at the Jim Crest Maritime Lighthouse Tower are now open. So definitely go and visit their beautiful space that they have at the Door County Maritime Museum. The view from the top of the tower is just unbeatable. We are very excited and look forward to managing our second season of the Sturgeon Bay Farmers Market. Last year, Destination Sturgeon Bay was a little bit overwhelmed with the success of taking on the market and with the location move to both 3rd Avenue and Nebraska Street. So our team really hit the ground running last year to begin promoting, marketing, and managing the market. And we couldn't be more happy with the success and the relationships that we've built with our vendors. This season, we already have over 70 annual vendors registered, with the opportunity for daily vendors to be participating. So definitely mark your calendars, as our opening weekend will be Saturday, June 3rd, and it's a 20-week season that will run through Saturday, October 14th. So this is a listing of the upcoming events that we have slated here at Destination Sturgeon Bay. As I mentioned, Andrea, our events director, definitely stays busy with the farmers market, but also with this great slate of events that we have planned. Just a few highlights to share. This year, we're going to be celebrating our 25th annual Fine Art Fair, and that takes place Memorial Day weekend, May 27th and 28th. Our Harmony by the Bay concert series is going to be extended this season, so we've added 2 additional concerts. So that will run June 7th through September 6th, and that takes place Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. in Martin Park. Another new addition that we've got to our slate of events is what was in the past our Bloody Mary Social has now changed names, and on Sunday, August 6th, we're going to be hosting our Bloodies, Brews, and Bacon. So this is going to be a little bit of a spin on, like I mentioned, the Bloody Mary Social, but it will incorporate some of our local breweries, as well as some local coffee and everybody's favorite bacon. So we're really excited for that change as well. And then on the next slide, we have some really exciting news. Our newest event is going to be taking place coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So over Mother's Day weekend on Friday, May 12th, we're going to be hosting our first sip and shop style event called Cherry Bounce. So the participating businesses are listed on the slide here. We're really excited. These local businesses are going to be featuring wine samples, light appetizers, and in-store specials and discounts. And so we're encouraging folks to register ahead of time. It's $20 per person, and that will include, like I mentioned, the wine samples, light bites, and specials. and encouraging people to stroll both the east and west waterfronts or enjoy a complimentary ride on the Door County trolley that will be doing loops of both waterfronts, as well as stopping at our participating businesses. And we are hoping that this will just be a fun time for the registered guests to be bouncing from shop to shop, enjoying time with their friends, or maybe treat mom Mother's Day weekend if you're still looking for that perfect Mother's Day gift. There's a full listing of details on our website, sturgeonbay.net. And as mentioned earlier, we are kind of encouraging folks to register ahead of time because we cap it at the first 200 registrations. So we're really excited for this first time event here in Sturgeon Bay and hope you can join us. On the screen now are just a few of our 2023, the new members that we have here at our organization. As I mentioned earlier, we have 248 members in our organization and are very excited to have these new members join us this season. As well, wanted to share a few member updates for some of our member businesses. Sunny's Pizzeria is going to be adding a new rooftop deck to their patio, which will be a beautiful place to enjoy a meal or a cocktail this upcoming season. One of our members, Pinky Promise Coffee, is going to be opening a cafe. They're located on our west waterfront on Madison Avenue. So very excited for them, and stay tuned for details in the next couple of weeks. Barn Door Quilts is moving to a new location on 3rd Avenue. It's actually the building adjacent to their current location, so didn't have to move too far. But Kate is working on getting everything settled and has officially opened in their new location. And then Heidi from Logan Creek is moving from the west waterfront over to 3rd Avenue, which is actually the old Barn Door Quilts location. So Logan Creek Soap will be in their new spot, hopefully at the beginning of June this season. And our team here has been busy working on a new website launch, and this website redevelopment has been a big process for us, but we're really looking forward to the website launching this coming May 2023. It'll be a lot more user-friendly and feature some of our new imagery that we have at Destination Sturgeon Bay. And we're really excited because the new site will also include some new web pages, including seasonal itineraries, a new blog section, as well as an updated events listing as well. So we're really excited, especially because it will be so much more user-friendly and easier on the back end for our team to update. And with that, that's our presentation. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer those.
Perfect. Well, thank you. Before we log off, I wanted to actually cover a few quick updates from Destination Door County before we wrap up. So our Welcome Center located at 1015 Green Bay Road. It is staffed Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Our lobby, like many of the others, is open 24/7, so folks can always stop in to grab their information, grab a pulse, use the restroom. We do have 2 electric vehicle charging stations outside. We also have a bike repair station, some picnic tables, and some green space. So Welcome Center is jamming as always. Hopefully by now you've all seen our 2023 destination guide on stands across the county. This year we had some really exciting design changes to this publication. We incorporated a little bit more narrative, some stories, and some more experiential stuff to read a little bit more like a magazine. So it's very cool. We're really excited. If you haven't yet, pick one up if you get a chance. We just closed submissions this past Sunday for our inaugural Art in the Door contest. So Door County artists were invited to submit work based on a list of feelings that they might have surrounding Door County, and winners will win $2,000 plus their art integrated into our marketing for the rest of 2023. So last I heard we had over 90 entries for that, which is a fantastic turnout, and we're excited to see who wins. Additionally, we launched a couple grant programs whose impacts will be seen throughout the community. The Community Investment Fund is seeded by room tax dollars and allows nonprofits, units of government, or community business associations to apply for projects that qualify under those room tax parameters and work to benefit the tourism industry and also benefits the quality of life for the residents. We also launched an EV charger mini grant program offering $1,000 mini grants to any business, organization, or unit of government that's upgrading or adding new electric vehicle charging stations. So hopefully throughout the year, we're going to see that infrastructure become a lot more robust, and we're excited to help. And lastly, we're excited to share that Peninsula State Park was chosen as a location for Leave No Trace Center for Outdoor Athletics Spotlight Program. So Leave No Trace is, the program is a multi-day event, so they're going to come here from June 8th to 10th. It's meant to spread awareness for community conservation, educate and build momentum regarding the Leave No Trace initiative. So the whole team will be here June 8th through 10th at Peninsula Park. We haven't quite made formal announcements of that. You'll start to see it in some of our messaging going forward, but more information about that program will be on doorcounty.com/spotlight. And we're really, really excited to share more about that as we get closer. And with that, we'll wrap things up. I know we covered a ton of information today. There's great things ahead this season. So as mentioned, slides will be available, this recording will be available, and this will all be posted on doorcounty.com. Are there any last questions before we all log off? Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time today. Have a wonderful 2023, and always feel free to reach out to any of the community coordinators or us here at Destination County.